has a problem with it. So they'll just need to refresh or start over, and it should be back up momentarily.
All right, buddy. Take it away, Oscar Williams.
Sure. Hi, my name is Oscar Williams. I'm part of the senior company at Vermont Stage Youth Company, and I am going to be doing a monologue from the lifespan of a fact. The character I'm reading for his name is Jim, and the play is by Jeremy Currican, David Murrell, and Gordon Farrell, and it's based on the book by John DeGata and Jim Fingal. So this play is about this author who's writing an op-ed piece on this kid who has jumped off of a building. And my character is a fact checker, and his job is to check his story for inaccuracies and messed up dates and paint colors. And this monologue illustrates the importance of those facts and getting them right and the consequences if numbers. So. Nothing's easier for people to do than cook up conspiracy theories, and they feed on facts like his. Read the so-called coroner's report. The coroner never checked the dental records. He never did a DNA test. Why would he? Who else would it have been except the boy who's missing and whose car was found parked at the Stratosphere garage? Sure, the parents identified the remains, but he fell from 1,149 feet. He's nothing but stains, clothes, and a wallet. Or I'll grant you that he existed. Well, let's say he existed, but he faked his death. His parents are living high on the hog from the life insurance policy while he's in Costa Rica under a brand new identity purchased for him by the Russian mob. When all the blogs and the fan sites and Twitter and 4chan and Reddit and whatever, and the whole insane internet, when they start tearing you down by red fucking brick, they're not going to say, wow, John DeGata altered certain details in service of poetic truth. They're going to say, wow, John DeGata lied. If you think that's bullshit, then you don't know what has happened to the world. By changing paint colors and statistics, by misrepresenting official and searchable documents, you undermine your argument. You undermine society's trust in itself, which is why facts have to be the final measure of truth. And up next, I'm blanking on the name right now, so Amy, who's going next?
Jorah is going next. Jorah will be pulled up. Great job, Oscar. Thank you. Hello, Jorah.
Hi.
Hi. Take it away, Jorah.
Huh?
Take it away.
Oh, okay. Hi, I am Jorah. I am doing a monologue from the Diary of Anne Frank. The character that I'm playing is Anne, and they have just fled Germany. after Nazi invasions and things. They're now in Holland. And this monologue takes place in the house where Anne is being kept. She can't leave the house. She's with her family and her friend Peter. So she is talking to her friend Peter. Look, Peter, the sky. What a lovely, lovely day. Aren't the clouds beautiful? You know what I do when it seems as if I couldn't stand being cooped up for one more minute? I think myself out. I think myself on a walk in the park where I used to go with him. The jonquils and the crocus and the violets grow down the slopes. You know the most wonderful part about thinking yourself out? You can have it any way you like. You can have roses and violets and chrysanthemums all blooming at the same time. It's funny. I used to take it all for granted. And now I've gone crazy for everything to do with nature. Haven't you? I wish you had a religion, Peter. Oh, I don't mean you have to be orthodox or believe in heaven and hell and purgatory and things. Just some religion. Doesn't matter what. Something to believe in. You know, I think the world may be going through a phase the way I was with Mother. It'll pass. Maybe not for hundreds of years, but still, in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. Peter, if you'd only look at it as part of a great pattern, there were only a little minute in life. Listen to us, going at each other like a couple of stupid grown-ups. Look at the sky now. Isn't it lovely? Next we have Amelia.
That was awesome, Jorah.
Thanks.
Okay. I think I'm all set. Okay.
You're
Hi.
up.
My name is Amelia Mason, and the monologue I will be performing today is from Twelfth Night, written by William Shakespeare, in which I'll be playing Viola. Viola has washed up on the shore of Illyria and has disguised herself as a man in order to work for the Duke Orsino. Here we see Viola working through a case of mistaken identity and the complications of a love triangle. So here we go. I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me, indeed, so much that sure me thought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring, why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so, as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms. Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we, for such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now, alas the day, what thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? Oh, time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Good job, Amelia.
We have Emma Ballon up next. Take it away, Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma Ballon. I'll be playing Viv from Diane, Viv, and Rose by Amelia Bowmore. This play follows the friendship of three women as they navigate their adult lives, beginning in their final year at university and concluding well into their adulthood. In this monologue, compiled from multiple smaller monologues, Viv argues for the legitimacy of female oppression, specifically as it relates to the corset. Can it be argued that female emancipation was kept in check for over 300 years by one single perfidious garment, the corset? Corset can't. A fiendish, confining confection of fabric, leather, bone, and steel to whittle the female waist away. And waste away she did. Short of breath, liable to faint, unable to exercise the mythical, fragile female, to the satisfaction of men, whose sense of potency was boosted by the enhanced physical polarity, became a reality. The disadvantages to woman were far outweighed by the advantages to man. Breaths were not only pushed up by the rigid stays, but palpitated with fetching frequency as their owner fought to fill her strangled lungs with shallow breath after shallow breath. What's really amazing is there was a break in those 300 years. During the French Revolution, women abandoned the corset, but then they were forced back into it. By who? By the manufacturers, by the fashion industry, by society. Men. People don't even realize that they're being led by the nose because the chains are buried so deep. And who's buried those chains? Society. Men. I mean, the corset has changed its face over time, flattening plank, hourglass, long, smooth, elastic tube. I made photocopies of the patterns if you'd like to see, but it's all the same thing. A means of control. Because if a man can span his hands around a woman's middle, then he has her. The waist is a male construct. That's what I think. Thank you. Next up, we have Hazel.
Hi.
Good luck.
Can you see me?
We sure can.
Great. My name is Hazel Jensen, and I'm in the youth company at Vermont Stage. I will be performing a monologue from The Effect of Gamma Rays on Man in the Moon Marigolds, written by Paul Zindel. I'll be playing the part of Tilly. In this scene, I, Tilly, will be confronting a teacher who teases me in front of my classmates, explaining to him why I find such fascination in science and outer space, trying to prove his nicknames, nerd, geek, etc., wrong. He told me to look at my hand, for a part of it came from a star that exploded too long ago to imagine. This part of me was formed from a tongue of fire that screamed through the heavens until there was our sun. And this part of me, this tiny part of me, was on the sun when it itself exploded and whirled in a great storm until the planets came to be. And this small part of me was then a whisper of the earth. When there was life, perhaps this part of me got lost in a fern that was crushed and covered until it was cold. And then it was a diamond, millions of years later. It must have been a diamond as beautiful as the star from which it had first come. Or perhaps this part of me got lost in a terrible beast, or became part of a huge bird that flew above the primeval swamps. And he said this thing was so small. This part of me was so small it couldn't be seen, but it was there from the beginning of the world. And he called this bit of me an atom. And when he wrote the word, I fell in love with it. Atom. Atom. What a beautiful word. Thank you.
Okay. So am I good to go, Amy?
You are great.
Hello, I'm Caitlin Valon, and I'll be playing Becky Thurman from Greg Pierce's Slow Girl. In this play, Becky struggles internally with her involvement in a tragic accident in her hometown, after which she is sent to live with her uncle Sterling in Costa Rica. This scene explores Becky's conflicting emotions of fearing vulnerability, but wanting to open up to her uncle.
What happened?
I laid down. I went off the lower trail down to the river. I mean, I guess that's what you mean by the river. It's not really much of a river, but anyway, I laid down and looked up at the clouds, and I told you that's when I saw your profile there for a second. I didn't exactly ask God to kill me, but I just said, well, the thing is, since I don't believe in God, I had to use your God, so I lay down and said out loud, Sterling's God, if you feel that it's the right time to take my Becky Thurman's life, please take this opportunity to send a coral snake to come and bite me. Preferably near vein so it doesn't take too long. And then I just laid there like that and waited for about an hour, maybe more. I don't know, I never know what time it is here. About halfway through, I realized I shouldn't have said all that stuff out loud, because the vibrations of my voice probably scared off all the coral snakes. Oh, and I brought your rum bottle with me. I'm telling you because I know you want to know when alcohol's involved. I figured alcohol thins out your blood, so if God did want me to get bitten, it'd kill me faster because it wouldn't take as long to get to my heart. Maybe that's not how it works. I don't know, I got a D in biology. So anyway, when nothing happened, I just came back up here. So that's why I'm dirty. Okay. So now we're going to be seeing Eleanor Freeburn. Take it away, Eleanor.
Hello. Okay, I'm Eleanor. I'm going to be performing a monologue from Anne of Green Gables. I'm playing Anne. Oh, Anne of Green Gables is by Joseph Robinette, adapted from the novel by L.M. Montgomery. And I'm playing Anne, and in this monologue, I am talking to a potential friend, Diana. Marilla's trying to teach me to cook, but it's uphill work. There's so little scope for imagination in cookery. You have to go by the rules. The last time I made a cake, I forgot to put the flour in. I was imagining a lovely story about you and me. You had smallpox, and I was nursing you back to health. The cake was a dismal failure. Flour is just so essential to cakes, you know. Marilla was very cross, and I don't blame her. I'm a trial to her. Last week, Marilla made a pudding sauce to serve to Mr. and Mrs. Chester Ross. She told me to put it on the shelf and cover it, but when I was carrying it, I imagined I was a nun taking a veil to bury a broken heart. And I forgot about covering the sauce. When I finally remembered to cover it, I found a mouse drowned in it. I took the mouse out, of course, but Marilla was milking at the time, and I forgot to tell her until I saw her carrying the sauce to the table. I screamed, "Marilla, you mustn't use that pudding sauce. There was a mouse drowned in it, and I forgot to tell you." Marilla and Matthew and Mr. and Mrs. Ross all just stared at me. Nora.
Hello. I'm here. Okay. Is it working?
It is working.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So, hello, I'm Nora June Tetrick, and today I'll be doing a monologue from A Doll's House Part 2 by Lucas Nave, and I will be playing Emmy. So in this scene, we'll see a newly reunited Emmy and her mother, Nora, while they address their very neglected relationship and confront each other in a way, and which inevitably it turns into, finds a boiling point towards the end of it. Yeah. So, yeah. How much do I know about marriage? Nothing, because you left. I know nothing about what a marriage is and what it looks like. But I do know what the absence of it looks like. And what I want is the opposite of that. I want to be held. I want to be possessed. I want to be someone's something. God, and I can see you cringe when I say what I'm saying, but that's about you and it's not about me. And I am telling you what I want, and you may want something different for yourself, but don't make my wants about your wants. I am not you. You don't even know me. You came back here for the first time in 15 years and you didn't want to see me. The only reason you're talking to me is because you want something from me. Isn't that why you wanted to come see me? You don't ask me any questions. How do you think it makes me feel to know that the only reason my mother wants to see me is to get me to fix a problem for her? Thank you. Okay, next up we have Frankie. Good luck,
Thank you.
Frankie.
Yes. Hi, I am Frankie Fiddler, and I'm going to be performing a monologue from A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. I'll be playing Puck, who has received words from Oberon, the king of the fairies, to go into the woods and find an Athenian couple and make them fall in love. Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I approve this flowers forth in stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he my master said despised the Athenian maid. Ah, and here's the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie with this slack love, this kill courtesy. Child, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So, awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon. Up next, we have whole Gilda.
Thank you, Frankie. That is actually the end of our program this evening. Awesome, fantastic. Frankie, way to just rock the graphics. What?
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I am going to bring on, I'm very close at this point. I'm going to bring on the creative team of Vermont Stage Youth Company. One is with me. Gina and Danielle, are you ready to be promoted to a panelist? I hope so, because you're coming on. I didn't tell you.
Oh, a headshot.
Okay, there we are.
Yay!
Yay! Congratulations, everybody. Holy moly.
That was fun. Such good work. I'm so proud of you guys.
So impressed.
What an unbelievable thing to be able to accomplish. We're in the time that we are at in our country and in our lives, and with all of the curveballs that were thrown at you all in the past 10 weeks, to be able to do what you did tonight is nothing short of remarkable. You should be super duper proud. We very much are.
I feel so inspired by what I just saw. The
Me too.
leaps that everyone has taken are unbelievable. So proud to be associated with all of you people.
Agreed. Thank you all so much.
And I just want to say thank you, everyone who tuned in and watched. I know it wasn't as easy as just showing up somewhere and having a ticket and handing it in. And everybody who performed tonight, I know what went into it. We all know what went into it. And we're here for you always beyond tonight. So is our extended network of Rebecca Raskin and Stacey Chadwell and Randall Pierce and all the other people that made this possible. And we're all just so grateful that you kept putting in the time and the work, because this was not easy, and you are you have as much experience with all of this as we do, and we're so grateful because we couldn't have done it without your
resilience,
your ability and your gumption.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. If I am going to turn off the YouTube stream at this point, but I'm happy to bring all of you up, our students, so you can all see each other in a million little squares.
So prepare yourselves.
If you would like that. But we will sign off officially from YouTube, from the Youth Company Vermont Stage YouTube page. Thank you so much, anybody who viewed it on YouTube. We appreciate your support of young people in our community who want to tell stories, who want to build a collective of artists who have the ability to really dig in and find the authentic and real and true voices within themselves and continue to tell stories. So thank you for anybody who viewed this on YouTube, and to all the parents who are on the webinar as well. But I'm going to sign off of YouTube, and let's see if I know how to do
Wherever you are, just clap.
Keep clapping. Keep clapping. Okay. I'm going to stop